Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Undertale. Now, while I go load up on items again, because all I have left is one legendary hero and one glam burger. Oh yeah, and I gotta get this pie real quick. Oops. Um, I can't believe that last episode, despite it being like almost entirely a Metaton episode, I didn't talk about Metaton. Like, he's my favorite character. I am fascinated by him. And I barely talked about him. I'm just. I wish we had more. Like, I wish we had. Because I know there's like a date that was possible for him, but we never got it, which is kind of a shame. And like, it kind of just makes him part of like Alphys's whole deal instead of him being able to be a character on his own. But also, he did have his own section. I just wish we had more. But yeah, I've always been kind of like fascinated by his and Alphys's friendship because at first glance, like with no context whatsoever, Alphys and Metaton being friends is like kind of weird, right? It'd be kind of weird in a lot of senses, such as Alphys made a robot to be her friend. That's kind of the vibe at first. And then you realize that that she didn't build him to be her friend. She built him as a quote-unquote robot with a soul. Of course, we know that he doesn't actually have a... It wasn't actually that she built a robot with a soul. You know, from nothing. He already existed as a person himself, as a ghost. Which, again, I find fascinating. Hello, I'm back. And I think I'm gonna go get some money too as well. So was I. Right. Alphys building Metaton. And it's kind of weird at first if you think about it as Alphys building herself a friend or just something she built to impress Asgore, right? But again, I think she originally built Metaton because they were friends. Because they met at Metaton's Human Fan Club, God, like, again, I wish we had more for Metaton because, his diaries are optional to find, right? So it's like you can either know Metaton only as this weird robot that Alphys built, or you and not have any idea of anything else about him, or you can just go through the trouble of finding out that he was formerly a ghost, that he kind of hated who he was before. It seems to me like the ghosts just generally live in depression. Although Bluky seems a little happier once he's reunited with his cousins. However, both Metaton and the Mad Dummy both kind of are unhappy with themselves until they find bodies that work for them. And it's very trans allegory. Oh my god, I sound so rambly. That's because I'm very tired. But also, that's probably why I like Metaton so much. Very trans, very Like, yeah, I get that. He's not happy until he has his full body and then reconnects with his cousin. But he also doesn't want his cousin to know who he is. Just interesting. And especially if you take Deltarune into account, um, he doesn't have his robot body. He wouldn't have his robot body because Alphys wouldn't have built it. Alphys is a school teacher, not a scientist, which is another interesting thing, I think, because in Deltarune, Alphys prefers Mew Mew 2 over Mew Mew 1. Mew Mew 2 being like the darker, edgier version of Mew Mew 1. And I think that makes perfect sense because it makes perfect sense because in Undertale, she did those awful experiments. She's traumatized by the shit she's done. She's kind of horrified. And so she uses Mew Mew to cope, and like, of course she doesn't like the dark, edgy version. She lives the dark, edgy version. It sucks. While in Deltarune, you know, it's an alternate universe version. Her life is kind of boring, so she likes the edgier version. Also, cannot believe they didn't talk about Death by Glamour. God, I love Death by Glamour. Yes, I still think it's the best song on Undertale's OST. Yes, I like it more than Megalovania, but I find it interesting that that it's like it's a combination of all of Metaton's themes. You know, Hotel, Showtime, Metal Crusher, but. And like they do form together to form a coherent, incredible theme. Which, you know, reminds me of Spanton and his amalgamation of themes. And how interesting they fit together, because you've got Power of Neo combined with a piece of the world revolving. And then the tiniest bit of Dummy of all things. And it's like, how do these all connect? Why would they all connect? And like, the answer's obvious if you think about it, because, you know, he's using Deltarune Metaton's dream body, and he's connected to Jevil. Because, you know, he's the secret boss, and two, he's probably been turned on his head by the same mysterious force that turned Jevil mad. And then Dummy is a little more interesting. That one's a little more thinking. What does he have in common with the Dummy? Is it that he... And I want to say it's that he too is unsatisfied with his body. He's angry about where he is, because it's he isn't happy is the thing. Like, obviously Spamton isn't happy, but it's a very specific sort of unhappiness. Okay, I'm done rambling. I have enough money now. I am literally... I literally have very little things that I really need to buy. Let's see, I need you, Starfake, Glamburger, Legendary Stick. Okay. I'll see you guys back in Hotland. Actually, I lied. Hi. I was gonna talk more about Office and Mettaton's friendship, because I find it interesting. I started talking about it, and then I kind of rambled off course. The point is, they both, met when they weren't, very happy, because they, Alphys met Mettaton before she became the royal scientist. You know, they were just two nerds who... They're just two nerds who want to, who wanted to talk to each other about humans. A topic that probably is very popular in the underground, all things considered. Like, yes, Alphys can talk to humans, to, Undyne, because obviously Undyne likes human media and stuff, but maybe she couldn't get into, like, other stuff about humans with Undyne. You know, at this point, Undyne would still really hate humans. Mettaton, though, is fascinated with them in the same way that Alphys is, though. Again, that's why he created a human fan club, and that's why Alphys is the only one who came. And, like, maybe their personalities do clash a little, because Mettaton is a little drama queen, while Alphys is shy and nervous and really, she isn't confident in herself, which, you know, understandable. And, you know, once they get going, they really do become best friends, because, like, if you kill Undyne or Mettaton, Alphys commits game over, which is a very intense reaction. And, like, of course, she doesn't have many friends. She isn't close to many people. Like Caddy and Braddy say, she stays locked up in her lab most of the time because of the guilt she feels. You know, initially, she's just kind of a nervous wreck, and then after her experiments go wrong, of course she feels too bad to really get close to anyone else. Although it is kind of shitty of her to withhold Mettaton's body. But also, I think Mettaton just genuinely wanted to help her, and then got tired of just constantly being put in this villain role, so he's like, you know what, fine, whatever. I'll do it. You want me to be villain? Fine. But I'll technically be a hero in the human world, so fuck you. All of the dynamics in this game are just really interesting. Because, you know, Alphys tangentially knows, Sans. While Undyne is very good friends with Papyrus. But, you know, Alphys isn't like friends with Sans. She knows what kind of weird shit he gets up to, because, you know, they work together, supposedly together with Gaster, which is a weird thought. And of course there's like the Fallers and all of that mention her and Gaster having worked together, as well as Sans. My god. Anyways, we're about to get into the meat of the story with Asriel and Kara. Oh boy. I went the wrong way. I'll see you guys later. Okay, we're here. God, this is like the least colorful place in the game. And it's interesting the way it's modeled exactly after the ruins. And like, it is possible that you missed the cityscape in the ruins, but I think most people would tend to see it when they go for the toy knife. Or, like, yes, this was obviously intentional on Toby's part, but even more intentional, of course, is this. Hello. I believe this is what I call... This is Asriel's theme. Outside here, this is Asriel's theme. And this is Asriel and Asgore's home. And it is identical to the one in the ruins. Of course, this is new home. Oh my god, I love that little bass that comes up. And there, that part. This is the part that I call Kara's theme, and they come together because this was their home when they were siblings. The padlock is blocked by two. The way is blocked by two padlocks. There's a note attached. Howdy, I'm in the garden. If you have anything you need to get off your chest, please don't hesitate to come. The keys are in the kitchen and in the hallway. It's gorgeous the way these two themes have been combined. Because it's as if this is the crux of the story. The idea that at one time humans and monsters were fuck. God, I love this theme. What a comfortable bed. If you laid down here, you might never get up. This is for Kara. This is Kara's bed, where they first died after getting themselves sick. It's a twin-sized bed, and that would be Asriel's bed. There are lots of striped shirts in here. It's a family photograph. Everyone is smiling. It's a drawing of a golden flower. There's a worn dagger inside the box. Will you take it? Ah! Yeah, I'll take the dagger. You got the worn dagger. Okay. Worn dagger, weapon attack 15, perfect for cutting plants and vines. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in storage because I'm pretty happy with my pan. Boop. And then over here. There's a heart-shaped locket inside the box. Will you take it? Yeah. You got the heart-shaped locket. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I would prefer to keep the stained apron on. Info, heart locket, armor 15, it says best friends forever. Yep, that would belong to, Kara. Then it goes back into a loop because you haven't gotten to the next area yet. Again, it's fine. This culmination that is Kara and Asriel's themes is so beautiful. This is when they were happy. This is this is like reminiscing about each other. And I think this is like part of a long time ago, a human fell into the ruins. Injured by its fall, the human called out for help. Because I think it is implied that Kara is like, the spirit of Kara is with you while you're going everywhere. That's why you're getting some of their narration. And this is their story. It's a clothes store. There are robes, button-up shirts, and a pink hand-knit sweater that says Mr. Dad Guy. It's a trophy, #1 nose nuzzle champs, 98. That would be as gubernatorial. It's a bureau. There's a Santa Claus outfit inside. Macaroni art of a flower for King Dad. See, because like as evil as people want to say Kara is because of the genocide, they were still just a kid. They wanted to be able to bring their family outside, and I don't know, I think something about death corrupted them. It's a king-size bed. It's just a chair. It's Asgore's journal. All the current page says it's a nice day today. The ink is still almost wet. It would have written, yep, despite everything, it's still you. No, I'm not going to cry. Oh, this is my favorite part of the game, just for this and, Waterfall. Gorgeous. Asriel, the king's son, heard the humans call. He brought the human back to the castle. And the way it emulates, Toriel's home, because it's like the exact same setup, and in, Toriel's home, you hear, it's a pretty similar, I think it's the same theme, home, just gentle, quiet, acoustic guitar. She remembers this. You may not know it. It's home. It's a sort of distant, faded memory. Here, though, here's where it's all the strongest. Seems like gardening tools. There are photo albums, scrapbooks, books on how to make tea. The coals are still warm. It's a great reading chair, but it doesn't seem like anyone uses it. Yeah, and look, 2 little chairs. Over time, Asriel and the human became like siblings. The king and queen treated the human child as their own. The underground was full of hope. The fridge is full of unopened containers of snails. There's some white fur stuck in the drain, Asgore. There's a note. Howdy, help yourself to anything you want. You took the key and put it on your phone's keychain. The stovetop is very clean. Someone must have used fire magic instead. It's a trash can. It's full of crumpled up recipes for butterscotch pie. Yeah, everything about this is meant to ignite the memory of being in Toriel's house for the first time in you. You unlock the chain. There's an old calendar from the end of 21X, a date is circled on it. Yep, I do believe that's the date that Kara arrived in the underground. Oh! That little riff right there. Then one day, the human became very ill. Yeah. The sick human had only one request: to see the flowers from the village. But there was nothing we could do. Oh. The next day, the human died. Asriel, racked with grief, absorbed the human soul. He transformed into a being with incredible power. Yeah, he did. With the human soul, Asriel crossed through the barrier. He carried the human's body into the sunset, back to the village of the humans. Asriel reached the center of the village. There, he found a bed of golden flowers. He carried the human onto it. Suddenly, screams rang out. The villagers saw Asriel holding the human's body. They thought that he had killed the child. The humans attacked him with everything they had. He was struck with blow after blow. Asriel had the power to destroy them all. But Asriel did not fight back. Clutching the human, Asriel smiled and walked away. Wounded, Azrael stumbled home. He entered the castle and collapsed. His dust spread across the garden. The kingdom fell into despair. The king and queen had lost 2 children in one night. The humans had once again taken everything from us. The king decided it was time to end our suffering. Every human who falls down here must die. With enough souls, we can shatter the barrier forever. It's not long now. King Asgore will let us go, give us hope, save us all. You should be smiling, too. Aren't you excited? Aren't you happy? Not really. Every time I read this, I fucking cry. You're going to be free. Yeah. God. I just love the way that whole thing is written. All of the monsters he spared, telling the story of their prince and his sibling and and both of their tragic deaths. And the thing is, this is like the saccharine version of it. They didn't know that Kara and Azrael had planned it. That Kara planned for themselves to get sick, so that after they died, Azrael could fuse with them, so they could get monster souls and free the monsters. That's what Kara's sacrifice would be for. But of course, Azrael couldn't do it. Azrael doesn't have a violent bone in his tiny little goat body. I mean, Flowey definitely has a violent bone in his horrible little flower body, but as Azrael, nah. Oh, long hallway. God, this is so gorgeous. Your Honor, I love it here. Hello. Hello, Sans. Oh, I know there's a way you can find Sans' bedroom from here, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna let the moment play out. So you finally made it. The end of your journey is at hand. In a few moments, you will meet the king. Together, you will determine the future of this world. That's then. Now, you will be judged. You will be judged for your every action. You will be judged for every EXP you've earned. What's EXP? It's an acronym. It stands for Execution Points, a way of quantifying the pain you have inflicted on others. When you kill someone, your EXP increases. When you have enough EXP, your love increases. Love, too, is an acronym. It stands for Level of Violence, a way of measuring someone's capacity to hurt. The more you kill, the easier it becomes to distance yourself. The more you distance yourself, the less you will hurt. The more easily you can bring yourself to hurt others. Hey. And of course, the thing that's playing in the back would be The Choice, aka Undertale, but slowed down by a lot. And I love this moment so much as well, because it's such a big moment, and like it's everything about how you've been playing the game up to this point is like just is examined. Have you been going a full gamer mode on this game and being like, okay, gotta level up, we're gonna kill all these bitches, I don't really care about the story. And you hit this part and he's like, hey, you fucking monster, what the heck is wrong with you? Or, you know, you're just thinking, you know what? I don't think I want to kill monsters. I think I just want to have fun and enjoy the game without having let's see if I can do this without having to kill anything, which is hard because especially at Toriel, a lot of people mess up with Toriel when they accidentally end up killing her because they forget that one of the frogs tells you, yeah, there's sometimes you have to spare someone when their name isn't yellow yet. And of course, you start over from there, Flowey calls you out for it, but, you know. And it's, I think it's so interesting the way they turn the RPG on its head. I love it. But you never gained any love. Of course, it doesn't mean you're completely innocent or naive. Just that you kept a certain tenderness in your heart. No matter the struggles or hardships you faced, you strive to do the right thing. You refused to hurt anyone. Even when you ran away, you did it with a smile. You never gained love, but you gained love. Does that make any sense? Maybe not. Now, you're about to face the greatest challenge of your entire journey. Your actions here will determine the fate of the entire world. If you refuse to fight, Asgore will take your soul and destroy humanity. But if you kill Asgore and go home, monsters will remain trapped underground. What will you do? Well, if I were you, I would have thrown in the towel by now. But you didn't get this far by giving up, did you? That's right. You have something called determination. So as long as you hold on, so as long as you do what's in your heart, I believe you can do the right thing. Alright. We're all counting on you, kid. Good luck. Yeah. Thanks, Sans. God. I love this game so much. Oh, wow. Throne room. Yeah, I'll get back to you in just a second there, Asgore. Time to go check out the coffins. Oh, man. You know, I love how much thought was put into this game. Just, it's goofy, it's silly, but there's also something else there, something special about love and the way something fictional can feel so real when you feel truly connected to it. It's a coffin. There's a name engraved on it. Cat. It's empty. Yep, that would be Kara's. Because this isn't actually Cat. I'm not actually Cat. Okay. God, the silence here. The sound of birds chirping. Hello there. Dum-de-dum. Oh, is someone there? Just a moment. I have almost finished watering these flowers. Here we are. Howdy. How can I... Oh. I like how this song is called Small Shock. And one, you're like, I think it's for the player as well, that they're slightly shocked that Asgore looks so much like Toriel because, you know, obviously they were married before, if you hadn't figured that out before. And it's a small shock for Asgore to have another human in front of him that he has to kill. Something that he doesn't really want to have to do. Because Asgore's a bit of a coward. He's a good person, and he wants the best for his kingdom, but he doesn't want to do the hard, awful thing. I so badly want to say, would you like a cup of tea? but you know how it is. Nice state today, huh? Birds are singing, flowers are blooming. Oh god, this gives me awful flashbacks for the last time I tried it for my aborted genocide route. But, of course, he means this genuinely. Perfect weather for a game of catch. You know what we must do. When you are ready, come into the next room. Oh boy. It's a throne. It's another throne covered by a white sheet. Yep, they sure do throw a lot of saves here. How tense. Just think of it like a visit to the dentist. Yeah. No one likes the dentist. Well, I like the dentist. Kind of. But it is a sort of painful, dreadful thing for a lot of people, huh? Are you ready? If you are not, I understand. I am not ready either. The truth of the matter is that no, I'm not ready. So I'm gonna leave it here, and we'll have to find out a score next time, which is a shame, really. Okay. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.